Hi, my name is Ben Stasny, and I'll be appearing in 3 of the Highland Summer Theatre shows this summer. First, in Love, Sex, and the IRS, performing May 29th through June 2nd, Avenue Q performing June 13th through the 16th, and The Sound of Music performing July 12th through the 21st. Check msutheater.com for more information. First, I'll be performing in Love, Sex, and the IRS, and that is a show about 2 people trying to evade the IRS for tax reasons, and they pretend to be married, but it turns out both of them are males, and so when the IRS man comes to visit them and check out, their living situation, one of them has to pose as a woman, as the wife, and that can be very awkward for everyone involved. And so my character comes in at the very end. He's a very shifty man that one of the main characters' mom finds on the subway. And so she brings him back and tries to marry both the men, and I'm the priest that she brings back to perform the marriage. And I just kind of come in, and I'm really shifty and weird, and it's pretty funny, and it's just a really funny, energetic show. Well, Carter Allen plays Leslie, who is one of the roommates, one of the male roommates, and it turns out he's having an affair with his roommate's fiancée, which is played by Larissa Schmitz and Austin England. And so Carter has to pose as the woman, so he gets all dressed up as a woman and is running around in heels, and they're both trying to pretend that Austin's character is married, or getting married, to Leslie, while Larissa's running around and trying to hide the fact that she's having an affair with Leslie. And they're keeping that from Austin, and eventually they all find out, and it all is torn to shreds, and chaos ensues, and my character comes in at the very end. And I'm a bit of a new face here at MSU. This was my first year, and so if you don't recognize me, that's kind of okay, because I played a couple different characters this year where I had extensive makeup done. First in Endgame as Clav, where I was really dirty and had my hair all up, and so that was great. That was our studio show, which was back in the fall. Then I was in The Imaginary Invalid, and that's definitely okay if you don't recognize me in that, because I had a huge blonde flowing wig, and I had this big old 1700s costume. And that was our main stage show, directed by Heather Hamilton. And then I was in the Kitty Tour production of Buzz, where I played Dr. Bumbler. And I was in Phantom of the Opera, where I played the director who yells at people. Well, a little more about me. I'm from Roseville, Minnesota, which is just up towards the cities, a suburb away from the cities. And I got to play a bunch of different roles at the high school. I played John Proctor in The Crucible. I played Frederick and Philip in Noises Off, which was a ton of fun. And then I decided to come down to MSU because I knew a couple people from my school had actually come down and had some really good success down here. I know Alex Coe came down to MSU, and he was just a year older than me, but we had done a community theater show together. And I kind of heard that it was this really great program, and not too far away and not too close, so I didn't have to go home every weekend, but I could go home if I wanted to. And so I decided to come down here, and I auditioned for the BFA program in August, the August before school started, so 4 days before school started, and then actually got accepted into the BFA Acting program, so that is what I'm currently studying here. And my first year here was really similar to Roseville because there was a lot going on here and there was a lot going on in Roseville, and so the transition was really actually nice, and I felt like I had enough to keep myself busy with, and that's really good, I think, because you never want to be bored, and there's nothing, you cannot possibly be bored here because there's so much going on all the time. And when I went to the first audition and they were auditioning for 3 shows, I think it was, at the same time, that was pretty cool, and it's really cool to be in a program that can do so much stuff and can involve so many people. And my first thing I did here was spotlighting for Rent. And I had never spotlighted before, or never done a whole lot of technical work before. And that was a lot of fun, because I just sat up in the little box with the spotlight and spotted people on stage, and it was actually a lot of fun. And it's really cool that they incorporate not only the technical people in the technical side, but also the performers, because it is crucial to know that as a performer, what exactly is going on behind the scenes and how it is crucial to the action going on. And so MSU really offers a lot of different opportunities for that, and opportunities for being in shows, which is a lot of fun too, and working with people all different ages, like from undergrad to graduates and to adults for the summer shows. I think that's really cool, and it's also a good learning experience for young people like me to see people with a lot of experience and how they just move on stage and perform really well.